is Warriors Anonymous.
Our friends, the Boncos, making us feel good about things. What a time to be alive. Daniel, before we even get into anything, before the hard or nars, you got to say it every time we beat the Broncos. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You know what? I can't. You know why?
You feel sorry for him?
I feel sorry for them.
Wow.
They're just... But this is the compassion that I have. The passion I have. We've been in this position before. They're like a fucking train wreck. And that's what... Well, two things. They look like a train wreck and we made them look like a train wreck. But anyway, fuck you, Greg Dyer.
That was a nice fake. It was like a double pump. You're like, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. And then did it. Oh. Bang.
Sight.
I love it. Boys, welcome along. Quick hard or nah. Before we get things rolling, I have a theory. And my theory is that the Warriors obviously want to finish in the top two. But what I'm going to suggest is that they would be better off to finish second than they would be to finish as minor premiers. Let's go hard or nah. We'll start with you, Moneta. What's your thoughts?
No, I don't think it matters, if I'm being honest. First or second, I'll take it. I guess it's depending who we play. I'd be more worried if we played the Roosters, and I'd be more worried if we played the Dolphins, actually. Yeah. So
that's...
Hold on a second. I don't know where I'm going, but I don't...
So you don't think there's any difference at all?
No difference.
No difference in expectation, being the minor premiers? No.
That made no sense too. I just got myself into a trap hole. But yeah, no difference. Yeah.
The old trap hole gets you again.
Got in a trap hole.
That's right. Broncos definitely can't walk out at the moment. Daniel, my reasoning is that when you finish minor premiers, I guess I'm thinking about Canberra last year. You go in, you're high flying, you have all the expectations, people are kind of chasing you. Whereas if you finish second, you get all the benefits of being the minor premier minus like 100k or some shit. But you don't have as much expectation on you. You can kind of go a little bit more under the radar. What's your thoughts, bro? Hard or nah? Better to finish second than minor premiers?
Yeah, I don't know it has the allure it used to, being the minor premiers. You know, it was a big deal back in the day, I remember back in the kind of, you know, the Canberra Raiders days with the Mullinses and, you know, that sort of team and you know, the Bulldogs back then. Just felt like it was really important to become the minor premiers. And maybe, I can't remember the grading system, maybe it had a little bit more of a benefit.
You used to get a week off if you were the minor premiers.
Oh, there you go. So that's...
Oh, yeah.
That's perhaps when it was more prestigious. I guess it all goes to come down to, do we... Well, I think we'll finish 1 or 2. I think we'll finish 2, at least. Hope so. I don't know. I think, do we want to pay the Panthers at home? Obviously, you know, had a really good performance against them recently. They had a little comeback. Don't know what to expect. Or, part of me wants to pay the Roosters. I don't believe the hype. I don't know. So, to that point, I'm hard or nah agnostic. I'm hard and nah at the same time.
I think this may have been the highest quality hard or nah that we may have ever done on this podcast.
Trap hole.
Trap hole.
Trap hole. It was a trap hole.
We're caught in a trap hole. Oh dear, as well, before we get into any specifics, couple of acknowledgements. First of all, Warrior Nation have just crossed the 20,000 followers mark. So massive time for Richie and his boy Aaron as well. Those two have just been leading a seismic charge, and this year has gone to like a few extra levels. Obviously, the team has helped that as well. But what the boys have done over the course of the past sort of 11 odd years, 12 years, whatever it is, it's built something special. And I tell you what, I think it's just getting started. I think they can really pump it up. So, massive hats off to the boys for that. boys and girls. There's lots of females in the Warrior Nation. Also, the Warriors have now conceded the fewest ever points in their first 20 games across the season. So, just a quick acknowledgement of that. That's no mean feat. Second best defense in the comp, and yeah, we're leading a number of those stat categories, and the stats don't lie. So the major stat, of course, 40-6. We beat the Broncos. I don't know if beat's the word, but we gave them a good whipping. So that was great. I guess one thing that we need to look at is, Daniel, how pleasing is that to come from the Penrith, the high, of that Friday night where everything was incredible, the huckle was going, the team played one of their best performances in club history, then to be able to travel over to Brisbane, take on a dangerous team, and to back it up. How pleasing is that?
Oh, it's super pleasing. The consistency. I feel like at the moment, and the changes, and I guess we need to ride the momentum, but we can just insert game cartridge into the machine and play the shit out of it, right? Like it feels like, and we just can dictate our style of football just through the there was a stat that popped up around the two teams' average yardage sets. Then we averaged 47 meters. They were 42 meters for our sets. They were averaging 27. So we're not only getting over the gain line and just dictating the yardage game, we're also suffocating teams as well. So, it's just pleasing to see that, and to back it up after a big win as well. Again, the challenge will be, is this the standard we're setting as well? And yeah, if we can stay within 95% of that each week, we go a long way in this competition.
And we always have to make sure in between that we always, when we take the cartridge out, you got to blow on the bottle just to keep it clear before you dunk it back in.
We don't leave it on the carpet on the ground.
No, we don't do that.
Bullshit. Yeah, even little Nintendo ones now, my son just fucking throws them around. He's like, I can't find FIFA. It's like, because you didn't put it back.
That's right. The School of Hard Knocks. Moneta, I'm going to ask you something that unfortunately you know a lot about, and that is injuries. Of course, Lukey Met did the hammy while doing the goal kicks. Kind of got me wondering. Obviously, I understand why we gave him the goal kicking duty. He's that kind of player. He thrives on it, the responsibility and the big moments and that sort of thing. My question to you is, should Luke Metcalf, moving forward, should he, in the interest of his own career longevity, just remove that from the equation and let someone else kick goals?
Me personally, yes. For him to stay. But just like you said, knowing him, nah, he wouldn't do it. He wants to take those clutch moments, right? So, yeah, I just couldn't imagine him saying no. But, yeah, for his own sake, I think, just pass the kicking to someone else, extend your career a bit longer, and, yeah. It was a pity seeing how he did it, though, too.
Yeah.
He just knew straight away that it was, he had done something, and you had to feel for him. I mean, you saw him in the hallway walking down to the sheds. He was obviously quite gutted. So, yeah, hopefully he'll come back.
You can see that moment when he turned around, and
for
me, the lip reading classes I've been taking instantly paid off because I could tell exactly what he said twice. Poor fella.
Something about ducks. There were some ducks flying around. Maybe he had a duck.
And he was actually playing really good too. Again, his kicking game was great. His distribution of the ball, that one he gave to CHT, where he made that like Sean Johnson step, which I haven't seen in a while from CHT. And then, he was playing well. And then just for that to happen, feel for the fella, right?
Yeah, poor guy.
Does it mean he doesn't kick and play though? I guess he doesn't take goal kicks. Does he kick and play? I think there's probably more serious questions around his his physicality, maybe all the biomechanics, right? So he's been riddled. You feel for the guy. He can't keep consistency on the field, can he?
Yeah.
I think from a business perspective, probably reinforces that the Warriors are probably doing the right thing in granting his wish and letting him head on off to the Dragons, because it's almost like the club they had enough faith over a long amount of time, and it's sort of like, well, you can only sort of rehab a guy for so long. But poor Lukey, it creates a question: who are we going to replace him with at number 7 in the game against the Rabbitohs? Of course, the initial reaction would be, obviously, you put Chance at 6 and move Chanel to 7. Take that out of the equation, because the old Chansey boy got done for the old hip drop. So Daniel Watimaere Martin, potentially he's on a 2 to 4 week injury break of his own. You've also got a couple of guys in New South Wales Cup, Luke Hanson and Jet Cleary. Bro, what are you thinking? Who do we replace Lukey with?
Yeah, interesting. You definitely don't play Tamaiti if he's not 100, because he's gonna take us. Because look, what's Lukey? What's Medi? Best case scenario, 3-4 weeks, right? So he's coming back in finals time as well. Look, we don't know where Tamaiti's at, but I'd imagine it's another round at least away. So Hanson started the season as in the 6 jersey as well, so he's got form. Do you bring Jet Cleary in? Does he then play 7 and Chanel play 6? Not sure. Could be a bit of a step up as well. There is positive talk. I don't know about sort of playing this week, but Jai Linane has been absolutely tearing it at Cup, right, out in the outside backs, playing those kind of, that Jackson Purdue style centre role, right? So, and you saw it's one of the Fletchers at maybe Fletcher Sharp over at Knights, absolutely tear it in the weekend as well. So, he's an option, but hard to say. I think your safest money would go Luke Hanson, because he's already had a couple of games here.
Yeah, that is indeed the smart money. Interesting you mentioned Linane and Fletcher Sharp, because they're actually both good buddies from over in Newcastle. Always kind of held out hope that when we got Linane that we might be able to maybe snag a Fletcher Sharp at fullback as well, but dreams are free. Moneta, does it raise the question? I'm just going to chuck in my 2 cents as well. I understand the smart money being on Hanson. I would actually go the other way. I'd actually put Jet in for a game at 7 to just try and minimise the disruption. We can keep Chanel at 6. He can become the dominant half. Let Jet just do his thing on the right side, or or float around a little bit, kick, do the kicks at the end of sets, and just give him a go before he heads on off, because by the sounds of things he will be finishing up at the end of the season, and I honestly think that could be a good way to go. But as you say, Dan, the smart money would be on old Mbop Hanson. He's leaving as well, so really, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Linane play in his native number 6 jersey at some stage. So we'll see when that happens. But Moneta, in terms of the injuries, not just the Warriors, we've seen a few of them pop up in recent times. The Rabbitohs, they had a guy do a similar injury, kicking goals. You had Isaiah Yeo recently as well. Braden Trindle doing the old shoulder. So my question to you, bro, is this starting to be or at least prove that maybe the regular season is a bit too long in the NRL?
Yes, perhaps, but also maybe that's the change in the way we play in the game at the moment. It's a bit more, I would say you'd have to have a bit more fitness nowadays compared to, was it last decade? It's a bit more, flowing, like with the 6 agains and so forth, and the restarts. I guess that kind of brings on a bit more fatigue, and it opens it up to a bit more injuries. speaking from experience. I think that could be a contributing factor towards that. You're probably seeing a bit more fatigue in the game, I guess, to some degree, in terms of creating these injuries. So it is different set of rules, different conditions. So yeah, and put on top of that a long season. So yeah,
Bro, obviously I mentioned that Jet Cleary will be heading off pretty soon. My question for you, Daniel, was that when we go into 2027, given the fact we've got Tanner Boyd who'll be coming back from an ACL, Te Maire Martin, who's had injury wobbles, sort of ongoing, really, and then you got Chanel, Jai Lanane being the next cab off the rank at jersey 6. Do the Warriors maybe look at bringing in a guy who's a fringe kind of first grader, someone in the mold of a Tanner Boyd, who's hasn't quite cracked it for whatever reason, bring in a guy like that on the cheap to have him as a backup and play cup and just generally be ready if the situation arises, aka how it did for Tanner Boyd. What's your thoughts on that idea?
Mate, 100. We're like becoming a used car sales lot, right? You bring in your sort of slightly worn, banged, kind of fairly new, vehicle. We bring it in, we spruce it all up, get it all ready, and we add a value to it, right, as well. So I don't want to be disrespectful to any of those players as well, but I think Oweeby has an eye, and maybe Cappy as well, McFadden, has an eye for that type of player. And just going back to your point around is the season too long? Well, yeah, especially for the elite players that played Origin as well. They've got international duties as well to come. It's massive. So the fact that, I guess that's why squad depth is so important, 30-man squad depth. And you would say that has been our issue in previous years. This year we just had the deepest squad we've ever had, really. You think about the quality of players, from seasoned professionals, elites, to sort of, guys sort of mid-range sort of battlers, as well as the young kids coming through. And you mix those all together. Look, still touching wood that we don't get any more, but, you're going to get a few. We've kind of had a rolling pack of different injuries and people coming at different times. But I think when we first started with Webby, we talked about a depth chart he had, right? Each position had a certain amount of players that can play. And you've seen it happen this year. Even look at and this is not sort of injury related, but you look at Chance and Tane. Chance starts the season, gets injured, Tane comes in, kind of bad battle. Tane's taken it from a massive chunk. He gets injured, and then Chance comes back in and then just starts killing it again, and it comes in at the right time. And then obviously now, suspension, and they'll just battle again.
You're making me think of the great sporting rivalry movies. There was the Borg McEnroe movie. There was the Formula One Rush with, who was it? It was like Nicky Lauda and the British dude, can't remember his name.
And Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore.
Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore. Now we're going to add Tuopiki versus Nickel Klukstad. Like that has been just a back and forth, probably the most compelling battle you'll see. Neither guy has, they've both been great team players. They've both done some great things. They've both, made a few errors here and there, but it's been a real back and forth, like a series of M. Night Shyamalan movies. But yeah, be interested to see how that plays out. Who finishes in the number one jumper in the the last game of the year, whenever that may be. Moneta, Chance gets sinbin. Fisher Harris says after the game that the Warriors train for those scenarios. They have contingencies for when that happens. And on the next set of 6, poor old Reece Walsh, former Warrior, darts across field, throws it straight into the midst of Alofiana Khan Pereira. And I tell you what, he's hearing down the sideline looking like a young monitor sauce off to the tuck shop at lunchtime. Never seen anyone move that quick while he was cruising. But, bro, how big a moment was that for us in the context of the game?
Oh, huge. It kind of just, I reckon that broke them, knowing that we were just down 12 men and they were obviously trying to capitalize on the extra numbers. What happened?
Daniel, question for you, bro, is Lekker's looking really good out on the centre, in the centre spot, doing some great things. You called it a couple of years ago, get him out there, and he's doing a great job. The only issue is when it comes with about maybe 15 minutes to go in the game, the bro he's cramping up badly a couple of times the last 2 weeks. We saw it, I remember last year, I think the Dolphins game, when he was just flat on his back, couldn't move his legs. He was out there doing the sort of a bit like a puppet at different times, trying to move the legs without bending the knees. Does he need the pickle juice maybe a bit earlier than what he's getting it as a preemptive strike?
Possibly, yeah. It's funny how pickle juice does the trick, but they need to kind of look into the nutrition, the nutritional side, or whatever it is, whatever he's lacking as well. But yeah, it didn't cost us this week. Perhaps because the Boncos fucking went left. They went the other way.
What were they thinking?
And you're like, I don't know.
Oh, Israel, man, had a mare of a game, eh? He made some shocker of decisions, eh?
It's bad when the Broncos go left and you're sitting there going, go right. Like, what are you doing?
Go right.
Why was he kicking?
It's the clearest option in the world.
I was like, if I was a Boncos fan, I'd be like fuming because some of those kicks were just like, what are you doing? So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely shocking.
Something to keep an eye on, obviously. Yeah, just the big man is cramping up.
How does the pickle juice work? Because you don't actually drink it down, right? You just swill it and then spit it out. Is that how it works?
I think some people drink it. Some that swill it. I think it's something to do with the sodium, the sodium that's in there straight away is a great foil for it as well. So I don't know if it's on board, if it kind of staves it off, if that like long term. I think it might happen when it's when you've got it, the crampon,
right.
You ingest it then. But it's become a phenomenon, hasn't it, across sporting landscape to carry these little bottles of pickle juice.
So maybe just when you get to like the 3/4 point of the match, it might be better to just try and get him like a little bit of hot chips or something, just to kind of just get the salt going before it kicks in. But I don't know, just a couple of ideas to throw out there to help the situation monitor. One guy who actually stood up in the Broncos team is going to be heading to the Warriors next year, and that was Grant Anderson. What did you make of his match? First of all, he started on the wing and then ended up having to go to the fullback spot. But what did you make of him?
I mean, that was actually my first time watching him play, and I actually thought he played pretty well, considering. And I was probably thinking forward, and the prospect of Webster turning him into a star player, if that's the basis that he's working from, I'm actually quite excited now. But I do think, where can you put him? Because we've got quite a stacked, we've got quite a lot of wingers and a few centres. But again, it keeps, the depth there, as we were speaking before. So
to become one.
To become one.
3B.
Block bad. Harness good. Block bad. So so that's where I think he'll, and that competition again for those positions will be only good for the club. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing mostly what Webster can do.
Yeah.
In terms of the talent that he's got. You can obviously see already.
Yeah. You've seen it as well. Last week we didn't even get to it because we were just rattling through a whole bunch of stuff from the last episode, but they signed Sam McIntyre as well, former Cowboy, who's another kind of player who will just go into that rotation. He's not going to cost us a lot, but he could be a guy who could really, move forward. Guys like him, Riley Price, they'll be looking at what's been done with Jackson Ford. We took in the old the Ford Telstar and Webby's given it spinning rims and some neons underneath and a bit of NOS in the back.
Blue? Yeah, a little blue Telstar, didn't you, back in the day?
It's a great one.
It's making us. It's
a
making
great
us
one.
like. It's making us like an attractive club to come to now. You know, like back in the day, it was like kind of a bit of a novelty, but now people will see us as a club where they can enhance their careers. And so after seeing what we've done with Aaron Clark and Jackson Ford and Barnett and heaps more, I think it's only adding another bow to coming to the Warriors. So
Yeah. Daniel,
I've got a big call. I've got a big call.
oh, hang on.
This is coming
don't
to
hang
my
up.
mind. It's coming to my mind. Is this the greatest era of Warriors Rugby League we are experiencing?
I've thought about this.
Oh,
I have thought about.
I
this.
thought about that
Yeah.
too. I thought about it too.
It's the golden age.
Like it.
I
It's the
reckon
golden
so.
age. Like, and I was thinking back to 2002, 3.
Yep.
First grand final. There was a good period, good team as well. But it didn't sort of have a consistent run, did it, for years? And you go back to the Manly time we had Manly in the final.
Yep.
Again, a good little period there. But, are we living in the golden age?
I think there's a very, very strong case for that. Obviously, finals will influence that as well. So how that's...
Yeah. And I don't want to I'm not jinxing, I'm not
Yep.
putting anything out there that, getting ahead of ourselves at all. But, just this span from 2003 to now,
I think you're right. Because I think the difference back in those days where we had the talent, so to speak. You think about 2011, Sean Johnson just broke away player for that season and took us to the finals. And
Kevin Locke.
Stacey Joe, Kevin Locke, Stacey Joe's Ali Lauteri. But here we've got all our players standing up, stepping up. And we've got the system in place, and you could just feel the culture's different, and just the mentality and the hard work is there. And it's been there since 2023. We had one blip after the season, but we rectified that in the subsequent season. And this season, we've seen the fruits of the labour. So I think he's developed that pathway now. Yeah.
I think it's quite an important blip, I think. Sorry, I'm just going to throw the timing out of this podcast big time.
We've got stoppage time, though. We're good.
Yeah, stoppage time.
Yeah. We've got about,
as long as
we've got about 3-4 minutes, I reckon we can cut back.
All right. And just quickly, I just thought the 2024 finals period, that season probably sets us up for these seasons, because we came off the high of 23, thought we could just turn up and not even compete as well. And they got away from those 1%ers, kick chase, all those sorts of things, and they learned a lot. We talked about it back then, we kind of fed into the hype a bit, they can smell their own shit a little bit, so that was important. And obviously, we've learned from 25, look, we've still got a bit in, but we really fell off a cliff in the 25. And if you think about it, games to go, we've just started to kick into another gear, find a new echelon of where we want to be as well. Yeah. So I'm touching all the wood.
No, I don't see any issue in terms of recognizing something as it's happening, a lot of time, I think in sports especially, doesn't matter what the sport is, you can watch someone's career unfolding or a team unfolding and sort of pick holes in them or whatever. And then later on, after they're, done and retired or whatever, you kind of look back romantically and go, oh, that was the greatest bloody, team or player or whatnot. So I think, looking at it in that sense that this could be, I think this is, you can make a great case that this is the golden age and will, I think, potentially get a lot better as well. So we shall see.
The other part to that, I just thought as well as that my kids are loving it. Nurses loves it anyway, but really getting into it. And I just kind of said it's this is enjoy this, Warriors fans.
Yes.
Enjoy turning up week in, week out with some always Warriors fans, you're not always confident, right? But you're going to come in with a strong air of confidence that the team is going to compete. And for the most part, if they get their game on, they'll be the best team in the park. I'm a fan of many different sports and in many different teams. Very rare you have a period of just being able to say, yep, today we're going to dominate.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Big game. Before we get into that, actually, The Wahine had a good game against Tigers, going down 30-22. Heck of a match. I don't know if you caught any of that, but it was If we just hadn't let them get off to such a bloody start, we were right in that. One good.
We've been notoriously slow starters, though, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, and strong on the finish, but there was one of the Tigers just made that one-on-one strip as we were rolling downfield, just changed the whole momentum right at the end. But boys,
I did see Emma Pucky's try; it was amazing.
How good is she? Yeah.
Awesome.
Emily Pucky is absolutely she's balling at the moment. So yeah, hopefully they can bounce back. It's been some good games with them, really, to be honest. Even the tight losses have been quality, but it should be a quality game coming up this week as Warriors take on Rabbitohs, which are not an animal. Just to recap for our loyal viewers, and if you're new, Rabbitoh is not an animal. It's someone who used to sell dead rabbits for food back in the days. So we went with game picks a while ago before we came back from the bye break. We'd all gone win for this particular game for the Warriors. Are we all still sticking at that, or is anyone wanting to switch their vote ahead of the game? No, we're still good.
Yeah, still good.
Still good. No.
Nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous still.
Yeah.
I'm always nervous.
Yep.
Because I think the Rabbitohs they're in the top 8 now, and they're starting to get a bit of momentum.
The Rabbitohs are an interesting team.
Yeah,
because they are just I think they're looking pretty good to get a spot in the 8, but no one's really talking about them. They're looking at the Bulldogs, the Cowboys, and the Dolphins, and the Sharks, and everyone else. And I'm like, well, what's that team?
They
right in the middle?
really haven't had any standout dominant performances, really, have they? A lot of injuries as well, and credit to them, to Wayne for getting them up and about, considering as well. Obviously, I think the biggest moment they had was AJ's try scoring record. It was pretty awesome. But they're a team that just don't go away, and they've just got this killer left edge. Like, doesn't matter, you watch some teams, maybe down the bottom, and they just can't set up shape, right? Like, and even when they've got overlaps and all sorts, they still can't get it together. These guys, you just get them like a half step wrong way, like a sloppy turn-in defender or someone off the ground, and they'll make you pay on the left edge. So,
just out of the way.
It's a funny one, Like, because I thought the Bulldogs would have accounted for them with the season on the line, really. And the Bulldogs have been a team I just haven't been able to trust all year, especially from a picks point of view, until they turned us over. But, the Rabbits just got them done, just comprehensive. So, it's going to be harder than maybe most people anticipate, I think, this week.
Yeah, that's why I'm nervous, because I think if they beat the Bulldogs, who were on a bit of a run. So, I'm a bit nervous about it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have forgotten about, a guy like Cody Walker, who has absolutely sliced out a fence many, many times. And, I think that's definitely something to maybe respect rather than necessarily, worry about and such. But even
Duffy's playing well.
Duffy's playing
good.
well.
He's playing well.
And there was also chat last week. I don't know how far he is from playing, but mate, Latrell's back training as well. So, there's when you got a caliber of player like that, David Fifita as well. I think Galore Matangi might be injured this coming week, but there's a lot of quality there, and if we don't turn up, do our thing, switched on, they could easily roll us, because they just dealt to the Dogs, and the Dogs dealt to us a couple of weeks back. So we'll see how it goes. Any last requests before we jump out, boys? Fix caramel.
No.
I've got the golden era off my chest. I've been thinking about that for a wee while. And, just thought
that's a good point.
That's
a good point.
The golden.
Just enjoy. This is like, being a fan is hard. We know how hard it is. 30 odd years of with just glimpses,
Yep.
Just
it's like you take a game like that one against the Broncos, and it's just like a glass of red wine. You just Savor. Enjoy. Savor every moment because, it's been a long way from where we started as a podcast.
Warriors fans don't do that, mate. I've seen them drinking at the stadium.
That's right. Yeah, that's because it's that's because what what gets served at the stadium is is garbage. But anyways, we've covered some good bases on this episode, boys. Amid some interesting technical issues as well. But thanks very much for jumping on. We'll see what happens next week. The New South Wales Cup boys got a big game against the Rabbitohs as well. They're still in the top 5, currently in the top 5, and they just need to keep winning to stay there. And obviously our the Warriors NRL side is in the same sort of predicament. But until next week, we'll touch base then. And until then, up the wires. Go the Warriors, because this might just be the golden era.
La cucaracha ya no puede caminar.